Welcome to the Unschooling Lifestyle, the podcast that challenges conventional education and invites families to redefine success on their own terms. If you're ready to break free from outdated systems and embrace a life of curiosity, connection, and true freedom, this is your space. Join us as we explore real stories, practical insights, and inspiring conversations that empower you to trust your instincts. Partner with your children and take the path of least resistance toward the life you've always dreamed. Hello everyone, welcome to the Unschooling Lifestyle. This is a short video on some of the grounding techniques that we have implemented in our unschooling journey to craft our days. Sometimes we travel and sometimes we don't. And here they are in a very short version, or my definition of short, which is usually not very short, but here it is. So the first one that I have is the return on investment. And I learned this from one of my coaches, Casey Marriott. She talks about the energetic return on investment. And this one, I kind of knew about it, but I didn't really put it together though, because when we first started homeschooling, I was scheduling anything and everything possible available that sounded educational. And that was okay until it wasn't. I ended up completely burned out from driving. The boys were actually burned out from driving as well. So through a process of elimination, I started checking in. Was the activity, the people in the activity, was it worth it? Did I feel satisfied at the end of the day? Did the boys feel satisfied at the end of the day? So it takes a few times. In some places, you're like, oh no, I don't want to come back here. But some places, you're like, well, maybe, how do I feel about it? So we've been trying to tweak and fine tune the places and people that really give us some good feelings afterwards, right? Where we give all our attention, our effort, our time and energy and money, and then we also feel like we get something of equal value in return energetically. And I really mean this in the most sincere, full, and satisfied way. If a place doesn't feel like that, maybe go deeper into expanding as to what from that place doesn't feel like that. Is it the people? Is it the environment? Is it what happens before? What happens after? And this takes a little bit of time to fine tune what works for you and your family. But nonetheless, having places, people, and activities that really feel authentic and really good for you and your kiddos, it's a practice that will allow you to really enjoy and embrace this journey, because you're only wanting to do what works for you, right? So energetic return on investment. And the second one, as you craft the people and the places that give you this full experience of just feeling really like expansive and just like really good, then you start crafting what I call a week of possibilities. And a week of possibilities, the way I have it set up in my house, and it doesn't have to be like that, this is just my way because it allows me to see them. I have a little whiteboard on my fridge that has that. The week of possibilities are the places and the things that we can go into without much planning. So a lot of the activities in the homeschool world are planned ahead of time. And while I think in December it's going to be a good thing to go to like a farm camp in June, come June may not feel the same. Once I've done my, ROI on certain things, and they have gotten a really high score, I put them onto the week of possibilities because I know I can jump into those places without a lot of planning or a lot of extra expense. So most of them are memberships. So we have the trampoline park, the Detroit Science Center, the Detroit Outdoor Center. Those memberships have been paid for. So I know we can step into those places without much expense. So that really helps with the budget of your home, because we're not spending the membership fees for like a museum for a family of four. So the week of possibilities is just easy to jump in and to do something, and also to share with the kiddos, this is what we can do today. So I know that we have movie Tuesdays, we love doing that. Then there's trampoline park. They're usually open every day. They have great hours. They have great staff. The Detroit Science Center, there's always something new to discover. So they're always available and it's easy to step into that. So that is for Week of Possibilities. And then we have number 3 is Parents Cup, I guess you could call it. Knowing what brings us joy to my husband and I has been a game changer. So for my husband, it's martial arts, and he does that Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I know that those times are blocked for him, and then everything else gets to work around that, right? And I also know for me is morning time. I usually like to wake up around 5 to 5:30, and I like to work around 3 to 4 hours in whether it's recording a video, editing, writing, or just reading. It's been really, really good, or just doing something that is part of my creative process. As a person with a lot of emotions, I have to keep creating, and that is doodles, short poetry. Not all gets to see the light of day, but it's something that I need to do. Like it's vital, because I have noticed through this experimentation process that if I don't have those moments, I'm not the best human that I know I can be. So having those moments also kind of start defining what our days will look like. I know if I come home really late from work and I'm going to be tired, I may only get an hour or two. Sometimes that's not enough, but I'll take it. I know that when I'm on the road, I like to start my trips after I have some of this time, like right now. So those moments, that knowing of what makes us feel excited, expansive, and some of the things that light us up has been extremely helpful. And we kind of got through those pieces through a lot of experimentation, especially for me, though, because I couldn't pinpoint how I could be better until I found this practice.
Hey there, I'm Anthony, and I'm excited to tell you all about the Alternative Education Resource Organization Conference this year in New Hampshire. It's all about self-directed education where kids can learn in ways that make sense to us. At the Aero Conference, families can be awesome advocates and connect with others who believe learning should be fun. There will be games, workshops, and new friends to make. So bring your whole family and join us. Let's support our unique learning adventures together. You can register at www.aeroconference.org. See you there.
We are now the return of investment, the Week of Possibilities, and the Parents Cup. So as you can see, our week now starts to form, starts to take shape, in the sense that Tuesdays and Thursdays are blocked for my husband. Morning times are kind of blocked for me. And then for my kiddos, what fills their cup is spending time in the places and with the people, their friends. So what that looks like is our Friday co-op is usually like a whole day event, and some play dates throughout the week. We plan those about a week in advance. So we set up a time, and then we kind of move everything else around that. So life, grocery shopping, the cars, all of that stuff kind of gets moved around that. And we communicate a lot with our friends because they also have things going on. So we make sure that we prioritize that time for them so they can get their needs met. So as you see, we have blocks. So we have Friday co-op for us. We have Tuesday and Thursday. We have morning time for me. We have play dates for the boys in the middle. And then everything else gets to work around it. Once we have our core activities that we know we want to spend time in, then we get to add the little pockets from the Week of Possibilities or regular things that we have to do as a family, like grocery shopping, or take my car. My car's been in the shop for a couple of weeks now, so maneuvering around that. So our strongest building blocks are our activities that I just mentioned, and then we get to do everything else around it in a very slow and intentional way. Why I say slow and intentional? Because I was of the mindset of wanting to get everything fast, New York Minute style. And life and children show us that life should be enjoyed, that you should be able to stop, look at roses, flowers, trees, anything, and enjoy the beauty that is all around us. So I have gotten a very big lesson on slowing down from my kiddos, and I am forever grateful for that because it has given me the opportunity to find beauty and the learning in all of the things that we do. After that, we have the morning routine. So now we went through the return on investment, energetically speaking, on the places and the activities that we want to spend time. We had created the week of possibilities. We know how we fill the cup of us as partners and adults facilitating this life for our children. And we know what fills the cup of our children. So those become building blocks. And then we have the morning routine. It's how we get our day started. So, how we get our day started, no matter the activity, for me, morning time, but I wake the boys in about an hour to an hour and a half before we're supposed to leave the house. And that is something that I've always liked to do because I don't like to be in a rush. I work in a setting that being on time is very important. I wake them up about an hour and a half before, and they can take a shower. My oldest son has Invisalign right now, so he has a special procedure that he has to do for that. So I make sure I give him time to do what he needs to do. I make sure I have time to create food if we have to take lunches, which I am trying to be better at it. I'm not the best at it. I get water bottles. I make sure I have everything that I need for the day for whatever activity we're planning to do, but that morning routine always it's the same no matter where we go. So as you can see, there's all this little this foundational pieces that we have been creating that kind of craft but also ground our days. The energetic return on investment, the week of possibilities, then we have what fills your cup as a parent, what fills the cup of your children, and then those become foundational building blocks. And then your morning routine kind of gets your day started. So all those pieces, they help you ground into your day and craft a day that works for you and your children with a little bit of consistency. For me, being in the airline industry, I have always said my life and my schedule is consistently inconsistent. And having this broader techniques that can be applied, whether I'm in Michigan, whether I'm in Texas, or whether I am on the other side of the world, has helped our unschooling journey because we know what to expect, but still be open for the unexpected, which is the activity, the day, and the learning that happens from all of it. Yeah, so that's it. I hope this was helpful to you. Thank you so much for being here. Please let us know if you have any questions, any comments, or DMs and emails are always open. If you enjoy this podcast and you found it useful, please feel free to share it. We'd really appreciate it. We would also love your review or your thoughts. Let us know what you think, and see you next time. Please remember that your time is precious. I hope you're making it count. See you soon. Bye.